She was a woman leader, a pioneer parliamartarian, and a human rights activist who contributed immensely to the political development of Nigeria during the colonial and pre-Civil Wars era. This is the story of Margaret Ekpo. She was actively involved in the struggle for Nigerian independence and agitation for women's inclusion of policies and programs of government, a leading member of the National Council of Nigeria and Cameroon, that is the NCNC, which becomes the National Council for Nigeria Citizens in 1960. Margaret rose to become a member of the National Executive Council, NEC, of the party, as well as the vice president of the NCNC Women Association. In 1954, she was appointed a chief with a seat in the Eastern House of Chiefs, breaking gender barrier that had hitherto made the space a male preserve. Margaret was a patriotic Nigerian as part of her contribution to the constitutional development of Nigeria. Ekpo attended many constitutional conferences in Lagos and London as an advisor to the NCNC. She deployed different strategies to build political consciousness among women in eastern regions of Nigeria. Her concern on universal suffrage led her to speak unequivocally against women exclusion in political process in the northern region of Nigeria. Margaret was an industrialist. She founded the Sewing Institute named Windsor Domestic Science Institute, where she trained women in bookkeeping, dressmaking, and home economics, among other activities. She believed that women must not be idle, but work to earn income to assist their husbands. Margaret founded Aba Market Women Association, which is also used as a platform to educate women on their rights. She was rights activist who utilized her position as a parliamentarian to agitate for the political, economic, educational, and cultural emancipation of her people. For instance, she fought for the welfare of workers and their fundamental human rights. She demanded gender equality in the appointment of people to the census board, employment in the police force, and called for more girls to be offered scholarship. Margaret mobilized women against the British colonial administrators following the killing of coal miners at Iva Valley, Enugu, known as Enugu Colliery Massacre in 1949, and the murder of Onya, a wardress in Enugu prison, killed in 1954 for refusal of sexual advances of a warder. She wanted government to coordinate the processes through which Nigerian students abroad access scholarships. Margaret believed in the indivisibility of Nigeria and suffered for her conviction during the Nigerian Biafra Civil War 1966 to 1970. For her services to humanity, Ekpo received several awards and honors. An airport, Margaret Ekpo Airport, Calabar, was named after her in her lifetime. She was awarded National Officer of the Order of Nigeria, that is the NUN, and Commander of the Order of Federal Republic, OFR. Ekpo was a member of the Board of Trustees of Women Research and Documentation Center, that is the WORDOC. Institute of African Studies, University of Ibadan, Nigeria. Chief Margaret Ekpo died in September 21, 2006 at the age of 92. She was strong, she was outspoken. She didn't just open doors for women, she kicked them down. The Nigerian women's rights activist and politician Margaret Ekpo helped change the face of politics in Nigeria. When and where did Margaret Ekpo live, you may ask? Margaret Ekpo was born in 1924 in the muddy settlement of Quicktown in Cross River State, southern eastern Nigeria. At the time, Nigeria was ruled by the British and women weren't allowed to vote. Ekpo died aged 92 in 2006 in Calabar, Cross River State. Ekpo is particularly remembered for mobilizing women, rich and poor, to fight for their economic and political rights and also participate in politics. She also tirelessly agitated for Nigerian independence. She became one of the country's first female elected participants and continued to push to advance the role of women while she was a politician. How did Margaret Ekpo become politically active? In the 1940s, Ekpo, whose husband was a doctor, started attending meetings to protest the treatment of indigenous medical staff by the British colonial authorities. In 1946, she founded the Market Women Association to unionize women in the city of Aba in Nigeria's Abia State, where she was then living with her husband. In this period, Ekpo also became active in Nigerian struggle against colonialism, joining the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons Party. The party later nominated Ekpo as a special member of the influential regional House of Chiefs to represent women. After Nigeria's independence from Britain in 1960, Ekpo became an elected politician in the Eastern Regional House of Assembly. She was the first woman in Aba and one of the few female politicians in the country to be elected to such an office. So, what happened then? Ekpo was an elected politician until the start of the Nigerian Civil War in 1967. During the war, she was detained by the Biafran authorities for 3 years, at one point becoming quite ill for lack of adequate food. In 2001, Nigeria's then President Olusegun Obasanjo renamed the airport in Calabar a city near her birthplace of Creektown after Ekpo as a tribute to her contribution to the advancement of the country. It is now called the Margaret Ekpo International Airport. So you see, this is how the name Margaret Ekpo International Airport came into existence, because it was named after her. Her story was truly an inspiring and beautiful one. If you're watching our videos for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more, and also comment under this video if you'd like to see more of such videos. And for our subscribers, we love you so much. Thank you for watching. Come back for our next episode.